Hey, it's me, Kaisa Koskinen. Today I want to talk to you about why you should not chase happiness. And I have good grounds for this, and I want you to hear them out. So, happiness is something in modern world that, it seems like everybody's after. We seek something, experiences, something outside of ourselves to feel good inside. And there's a lot of things related to this that I want you to be aware of and why I want you to stop chasing happiness or trying to be happy or try to become happy. So, first reasoning I'm giving to you is that happiness is circumstantial. And what I mean by this is that often when we experience happiness, we experience it somewhere. For example, when we go on a vacation, that's like that one time a year we feel like, okay, now I'm allowed to be happy, and I'm like in this amazing place across the world, and now I'm happy for a week or two. And also, like, if you think like I'm at the cottage right now, so it can also be like a place where you feel that when you go to your cottage, if you have one or if you have access to one, that's the place where you can feel happiness. And the thing is, happiness, it is often related to somewhere, and that someplace is not usually your home. So think about this one, and you don't want your happiness to be, or in like this kind of positive thing you have going on inside of you, you don't want it to be related to some place, right? All right. Reasoning number two. Happiness is often related to other people. So when we, for example, get together with our friends, that's when we experience happiness. That's when we experience joy. But when that event is over and, everybody goes back to their own lives and their homes, and you go back to your home, you probably notice that, happiness left you. Maybe you will feel happy that day, like in the evening once you go home, but the next day you might notice that happiness left you. It went somewhere and you don't know where it went. Since you went back to your life, happiness suddenly disappeared. So you don't want your happiness, like you don't want happiness, you don't want happiness to be related to other people, because you don't want your keys to happiness or whatever you are seeking for, you don't want any of those keys to be in anyone else's pocket, right? Reason number two is why I think you should not chase happiness is that happiness is temporary. It's same kind of emotion that, for example, anger is, or when you're sad. It comes and goes. It's like one minute you're happy, and then 30 minutes later or even 5 minutes later you can be miserable. So happiness is something that comes and goes because it is an emotion, and emotions tend to come and go. And I'm not saying that you should not try to shift yourself to a joyful, happy state. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you want something more temporary to your life. And what that something more temporary is, that is always with you, that is never going to leave you from your side, and you can take it anywhere. You can take it to the other side of the world, but you can also have it in your home couch. And that is called inner peace. And maybe now you are thinking like, oh, inner peace, what comes to my mind? Meditation, just ooh. That's not what I mean only by it. I mean that you are okay with whatever is going on in your life. It doesn't matter what kind of circumstances you are in. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter if your boyfriend or girlfriend just left you. It doesn't matter, because once you reach that state that you know inside of you that there's this place where everything is always okay, that's when you got inner peace. And I had talked about this before as well, but go shortly through this, that I've been doing this really, really intense spiritual seeking for the last 4 years, obviously my whole life, but like this really deep dive has been going on in the past 4 years. And what got me thinking and talking about why people like you should not try to gain or chase happiness is that I realized that it's not happiness what I have gained from this spiritual seeking, and it's not happiness what I'm after. I thought that that was something that I was after, but when I think about my old life and I think the old version of me, I still experienced happiness. I was the one who traveled all over to the other side of the world. Like whatever vacation days I got, that's where I went, because I related vacation and happiness together. So I thought that I cannot be happy at home. I could not be happy in Finland, for example. And what I've, got to learn in this journey of mine is that it's not happiness that's going to make you feel amazing about you and about your life. It is inner peace. Because inner peace is not just you meditating and trying to get to that mindlessness state, because obviously that's possible. The mind's never going to shut up completely. And the thing is, like, we just have to start to get along with ourselves. We have to start accepting whatever's going on in our life. Like, no matter how broke you are or no matter how heartbroken you are right now, it's like, that's perfect. And that's how I have been walking myself towards deeper and deeper inner peace, is that whatever is going on, I'm always okay with it. And it's not like, yeah, fine. It's not, when people say like, yeah, how are you? And they're like, I'm okay. Since, you can tell that they are not. I'm not talking about that kind of state. I'm talking about that you can really look at your life and yourself and be like, okay, I am so grateful and so okay with all these things that are happening. And I know all these things are happening for a purpose. And how I realized inner peace thing was that I realized that, everything what is going on is always perfect. If you get robbed, that's perfect. If somebody, spills coffee on your outfit when you are going somewhere, perfect. If, you are late from somewhere, perfect. If you, whatever is happening in your daily life, just, it's always perfect. Always perfect. And once I realized that, because I realized that whatever is going on is like, those are just the experiences that I'm supposed to be having to take my consciousness to a new place and realize new and more like deeper things. That's when it kind of like went through my system, and I realized that everything is always perfect. And that's how one of the ways that I started to align myself towards inner peace. And inner peace is something that's never, like, no one's going to ever be able to take it away from you. It's always with you at all times, and you can always tune into that. And that's why it's so beautiful, and that is why I'm telling you that you should not try to chase happiness, because happiness is also a different thing for me that is for you and for someone else. What makes you happy, I might hate doing, and what makes me happy, you could be like, that's not fun. So, it is always related to who we are as a person, so what we like to do. But inner peace is something, it's like more universal. And just, like, I know you probably have many questions in your mind, like, how can I reach inner peace? Obviously, there's multiple ways, but one of the ways that I want to help you with that and support your journey is that with this course that I created called Spirit Boot Camp. It's a 14-day intense boot camp. Every day you get a new topic to think about and wonder about in your life and check how things are in that area. So if that's something that resonates with you and you feel excited that you would like to go through this 14-day intense, 14-day Spirit Boot Camp, I highly recommend it for you. It is amazing. So maybe see you there in the course, or maybe I'll see you in my some of my social media channels. I hope you have amazing day filled with inner peace.